Well, I went to a full moon ceremony last night. Yep, I went completely on my own. I even wore white for the occasion. Thank you very much. And the reason I went, is because I'd read a review online. Oh, I think you're steaming up. It's this damn humidity, babes. The reason I went was because I read a review online that was like, it's great if you're vegan, it's a bit weird. I was like, yeah, that's absolutely the kind of thing I want to be doing on this solo trip. So we went in and everyone's like in linen and floating. It's all quite wellness, which is, we'll talk about this in another video, but this is the side of wellness that I hate, how it's clicky and skinny and but that's not what it is to me. It's about self-expression and journey. Sit down, got chatting to a lovely woman from Wiltshire about her yoga studio. She'd just done a sound bath. It was at Pyramids of Chai. And then you had, at first I was like, oh my God, I think I've eaten something funny. And so before we went in, I was like, no, don't do this to me. Do not do this to me. Literally, like, the stomach was like, brrr. I was like, please, not a scene from Bridesmaids. I'm in all white about to go into a ceremony. Luckily, we're okay. Some people weren't though. Anyway, they sage us, full sage, to the point where I was like, front and back. You go in, stand in a circle, and there's a fire in the middle, and you have to pray to the gods of the east, the west, the north, the south. There is a guy in white running the ceremony. It was culty. It was so culty. I was so into it. I was like, I surrender. And then you take corn flour and you throw it on the fire with your affirmation. You had to stay in silence, walk round to this other like pyramid, and have, I think it was like an hour-long sound bath. And it was the best sound bath I've ever had. Ever. It was, and if you've never had a sound bath, you've got to go have one. I'm actually training in doing them at the moment, but this was like dark and twisted and weird, and I had full out-of-body experiences. If you want a video on that, we can go into all of that. Then afterwards had dinner, had to all sit together and have dinner. That was the bit that I was most nervous about, because I was like, oh, we're steaming up again. Fuck's sake, Sharon. The humidity. We all had to sit down and eat vegan curry together, which I thought was going to be horrendous, but actually was very nice. I chatted to a lovely Canadian, never met a Canadian I don't like, had a lovely exchange of conversation, and the old me would have been like, oh, we've got to keep in touch, we've got to like make sure we're friends. And I was like, do you know what, I'm just going to let this interaction be what it is. I've got enough friends, my books are full, I'm very content, I've loved chatting to you, but I'm not going to give this any more energy. And I think she felt the same, and we didn't, everyone else was swapping numbers and we didn't swap numbers. We said goodbye, hugged, and that was it. But I shall close this little mini vlog with, if you've always wanted to do something, like I've always wanted to go to like a ceremony and stand in a circle and try something like really culty and out there, and what essentially my parents and family would be like, oh, that's weird. I've always wanted to do it, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I've had that life experience. Would I do it again? Yeah, I loved it. Was it harmful to anyone? No. Was it all about my inner mind and my inner spirituality and journey? Yes. I give it a 10 out of 10, babes. So yeah, that's me, over and out. Little mini vlog. I'm telling you about full moon ceremony. Come follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Substack. I'm all over the place, babes. I hope you're enjoying me back on YouTube. I'm enjoying being back. And I shall see you next time for the next vlog, whether it's a long one or a mini one. Doodles!